dun, dun, dun. Yeah, dun, dun, coffee with Wes. Yeah, dun, 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 dun. Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Wes. I am Wes. This is my coffee. It is Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever it is, wherever you are, I hope you are having a good day. I am certainly doing my best to have a good one today. Uh, it is it is a day where I guess I get to think about hurricanes again because Milton. Oh, I'm not there, but my father lives down there. My father, who was staying at his summer home in Asheville, North Carolina, and all that went to shit with the last hurricane. Well, he went back down to his Florida home, and now, oh look, Milton, biggest storm of the year, is saying, "Hey, Florida, you want to hump?" And it's going to be bad. Wednesday, hump day. Things are heading that way. I am not at all looking forward to that. I hope Dad is doing okay. There's so many million people in the path of that thing. These are just these are tragic to have to see. And I need to know. Do I need to know? I guess I need to know in case I got family. In case family is there and I want to care about family, then I need to know. The J. Jordan, peace and love, my friend. Peace and love. Hope you are having a good one. The Bud Files, peace and love, the Bud Files. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm I got Dad down there in Florida after leaving Asheville. So this guy's just, the fates are after him. They're going to teach him a lesson. I think this is the year. This is the year the fates of nature teach my father a lesson, and that would be very interesting because he's a guy that kind of deserves it, right? He's a user of people. He's a user of people. He's not any good. Oh, my beautiful, beautiful woman. Allie, I love you. You get some sleep, sweetheart. You get some sleep. Let me know when you wake up. Let me know when you wake up. I'm gonna be thinking about the storm. Tamika, peace and love out there to Tamika Davis. I hope you're having a good day. Like the crawl says down here, as people are coming in and all that, hashtag awesome. If Nightbot has started, we'll get your link dropped so other content creators can get connected to you and that sort of thing. Uh, I'm wondering, as all this is happening, I'm thinking, do I need to know about the storm? 100 years ago, I wouldn't know about the storm, would I? Would I know anything about it? Or would I just be in my day, in my world, living my life and doing my thing? Uh, that's kind of been a theme, a common theme of my thoughts for the last couple of weeks. Have been, the brain can't handle this. We are now on some sort of alert status as humans for stuff that isn't anywhere near us. There's wars happening around the world, and we are really concerned about it. There's people that are getting just bent the fuck out of shape about it. There's a storm coming for Florida. Not gonna touch me at all. Not gonna touch me at all. Not gonna cause any. And 150 years ago, and forever before that, we didn't know. We didn't know. We just lived in our environment. We lived in the now. We lived in what we had a part in, what we were dealing with. And so when stress came to our world, when something happened in our location, we had to feel that, but it wasn't negatively affecting people around the globe. Now something that happens, any hardships that happen in certain areas negatively affect people across the nation and around the globe. And can the human brain really handle that? There's a lot of people, I guarantee you right now, that are stressing out about this hurricane that live in Oklahoma or live in Nevada or live in Michigan. They're thinking about people down there. They're aware of this great danger, and even if they're all concerned about all this other stuff. Those are not positive vibes. Those are not good things. Worry is not good. Worry is useless. Worry, unless you plan on doing something, on actually taking action, worrying is doing nothing but beating you up. So you want to avoid that. And we now as a species are just inundated with worry from outside of our realm, from outside of our purview. It's not something that's going to affect me. Oh, it'll be bad for people, but I'll afterwards I'm not going to worry. There's so many people caught up in worry right now. And to me that's a little sad. To me that's a drawback. That's a negative on the experience that technology is adding to our existence. The negative seems to outweigh. There isn't this vast, joyous. Oh, we're all happy about this. Oh, we're all happy about this. When was the last? When was the last fucking thing that was? That doesn't happen. You have. Oh, worry about this. Oh, worry about this, and none of it'll affect you in your moment, you in your day. And so we are sowing. We're not sowing a world of empathy. We're sowing a world of worry, a world of just negativity. They're negative thoughts, and they beat you up mentally. It it is something that hasn't existed, that you 150 years ago would not have had to go through. You 500 years ago would not have had to go through. You'd hear about things afterwards and know the facts of it. And oh, you might be devastated at that moment. But you have not been worrying from the moment they even were worrying. You have not carried all the weight of that. It's a lot easier to deal with things that way. So I think that is a negative. I don't think we took enough time to evolve emotionally to get to that point. It was thrust upon us. It was thrust upon us as a species. The okay, now you've got all this instant information. Now you're going to hear about this that's happening way over there, and boy, it's going to really bring you down. Now you're going to hear about this, it's really going to bring you down. And you have this collective going to bring you down thing going. Uh, how do you stop that? How do you stop that? Because it's what gets put out there. It's what everybody pays attention to. It's uh it's it's the you can't look away from a train wreck thing, right? Coffee keeps us awake. It's doing it for me, Rabbit. It's doing it for me. In my Coin Telegraph coffee mug, I won two coffee mugs on a live stream Coin Telegraph. They were a cybercoin news outlet. I think they've mostly gone belly up. They may still exist and all that, but along with that fragile Ponzi scheme of a market over there, that they suffered. They suffered. But no, it is. I think those are things we have to. And I don't know that there's an answer. I don't know how to equalize it. I don't know how to put enough. How do you put enough positive and get everybody to go, oh wow, and get really excited about a positive? People get excited about movies, but that's some anticipation. They get excited about these little things that give them gratification that they don't really participate in so much as experience. You just it's one of those you experience. Just like the I'm not going to experience this fucking hurricane. Milton's going to come. My dad's going to go through whatever he's going to go through. People are going to go through it. I'm not experiencing it, but I'll hear the experiences, and so mentally I'm going to be there because of just natural empathy and other things along those lines. But I don't know how would you get that to go on a positive vector? How would you turn that around? Would people pay attention? Uh, oh, what's his name that played Jim Halpert in The Office? I'm trying to think. John, is it John? It's John something. It'll come to me. But didn't he have the good news or something along those lines when when the vid hit and everybody was stuck at home, didn't he come out with something that was just positive stories and really just a blip? Really just a blip. Krasinski. Was it John Krasinski? Is that his name? I I I can't remember. But he had something along those lines. Nobody paid attention. Nobody paid attention. People don't necessarily want positive. People don't necessarily want it at all. Uh, it doesn't sell. It doesn't sell. Even though the song "Peace" sells, but who's buying? That's the thing. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. As the Megadeth sang, "Peace sells, but who's buying?" Peace sells, but who's buying? Oh, it really. There's wisdom there. There's wisdom there. But this is a Tuesday, and I do this to maintain my sanity, maintain my schedule, maintain some sort of contact. Try to keep your watch hours up. You're supposed to, after a year, watch hours. If you're a content creator, your watch hours after a year, 365 days, those totals drop off. So, you'll drop below those numbers. If you don't maintain getting those numbers that you need to get for your channel, I've seen channels that have dropped off and needed to get their watch hours back and lost monetization because of it, different things along those lines. So that's what Coffee with Wes is about, keeping this going and music vibes. I had such a good day yesterday. Yesterday was a fantastic day. Allie showed up for Coffee with Wes. That made me so happy. I had so much fun hanging out with her. She is such a goof, and we have such. I'm just so in love with her, and we have so much fun, and we had a troll. It was fun. There was a troll in the crowd, and she let loose on the troll just with a really good. Did the voice of one of our characters coming up when she when she called the troll a bitch, and I loved that. I absolutely loved that. So that was a lot of fun. And we got done here with Coffee with Wes, and I continued to hang out with her. We hung out for a couple more hours, and I just smoked and smoked, and I got to feel I was so lit. And then we both at the same time had the same thought that I needed to do a music vibe because it was the only thing I could do with that kind of buzz. There was no working on anything. So I went ahead and did the music vibe, had a great time doing that. Uh, it turned out to be a fantastic day. For a Monday, it was wonderful. Michael Songs, peace and love. Good morning to you, and good morning, Maria, if she is there. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I hope you're having a great day. Uh, it's uh, it's Tuesday, and I'm talking about positivity and how we're inundated with negativity, but I'm trying to stay on the positive. And so my positive is thinking about yesterday. My brother was in town. My brother, he left this morning at about 5 a.m. He was here to see his son because his son's birthday was this weekend, and so that was nice getting to see him. But fleeting, I only see him for a day or two a month usually, and but it's always a good time. It's always a good time. He's the decent brother. I've got two. One I will probably punch if I ever see again, and and then this one, he's good. I got a sister I don't talk to. This I'm an extreme. I'm an extreme, and so are my siblings. My siblings are extremes in different directions. And my brother that I would punch, he's a user and a liar. He's a terrible human, just a terrible human, and he's been really bad to my mother. And so and he was 14 years younger than me. I didn't even grow up with him. I have no idea who he is or anything. Beep beep, pole vault's backing it up. Pole vault's backing it up, bringing it in, bringing it in. I tell you, pole vault's got great vibe, and I can't get over. I can't get over the Ron White similarity. Just the are they brothers? If a Ron White short shows up in my feed and I watch it and all that, it's because Ron White's got great delivery, got great, and it's like, fuck, did pole vault, is this what Ron White's doing now? But no, there is footage of him. I don't know. So I don't know if pole vault might actually be Ron White's brother. Somebody look into that. Somebody look into that. I think there's something. They ought to be at least be doing 23andMe, and they ought to be checking it out because you guys are cousins or something along those lines. Daddy was promiscuous. Daddy went around. Maybe there was an uncle. Maybe. Genetics don't lie. Genetics don't lie. Take it as I hope you take it as a compliment. Ron White's awesome. Ron White's awesome. So I mean that as a compliment, Paul. But no, it's Tuesday, and so to get that positive today, I'm just gonna think about what a positive day I had with Allie yesterday. Doing the 2 live streams, got to play some music. I am getting slowly but surely. Did I say Tio? Did I say Tio? Did I? Did I say Tio? I have no idea. I think that's gonna be the code word. There could be only one. Is that the thing? You and Ron. It turns out you guys are brothers, rivals, and I could totally see a story. I could see a movie in this. It's how Ron White makes himself relevant again. I think somebody needs to pitch this. Somebody work on a screenplay with Pole Vault. Because he could just sell it himself. He just has to pitch it in a video to Ron White, get Ron White to see it. And Ron White's got time. He's not at the top of his game. He's not, just doing shows left and right. He's got some time to check out fan stuff. So get a video put together. And somebody make a movie. Did anybody ever see the movie Pauly Shore is Dead? Where Pauly Shore fakes his own death, the rumors bring back all this notoriety. He's then in jail. It had everybody in it. I really think in that style of wackiness that was in that movie, I think Pole Vault is the long lost brother that finally snaps, the brother that finally snaps at his brothers because he was the funny one. Pole Vault knew he was the funny one. A lot of the material got Ron White stole as kids, stole some of his best material, went out on the road, acted like it was his. Pole Vault showed up, but accidentally spilled his drink down the front of his khakis when he went on stage, and it embarrassed the fuck out of him because it looked like he'd pissed himself. And so from that moment on, it's almost like he's a different kind of Joker character. He's really bitter. Pole Vault is really bitter. He knows he's the funny one. You are the funny one, Pole Vault. Mom knew it. Everyone knew it. Ron had to go and steal your thunder, had to steal your future. That should have been you. You should be drinking out of that glass, not Ron White. Get that. Somebody work on that. Somebody work on that. Work on that screenplay for Pole Vault. Make that happen. I think that's the way to do it. I love that idea. I really love that idea. I can't be the first person to say there's a similarity between you and Ron White. So I know you're thinking, yeah, this could work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to do my pole vault impression, my Ron White impression. Yeah, I can't. I'm not that good. I don't do impressions. But I think everybody out there knows. Everybody out there. And somebody work on that screenplay. That would just be a thing. Get Ron White. Ron White has people. Once they see that story, once they see you, and they put all this together, and it turns out you just think you're his brother. You're like in that Pauly Shore is Dead. You're that crazy guy from Paducah, Kentucky, that because Pauly Shore faked his death, he was going to kill Pauly Shore because he was just angry about that Pauly Shore. So, maybe it turns out that's the twist, and Ron White's just freaked out. But you are a cousin, maybe? 23andMe brings up that you are a cousin from that side of the family. You know the one. You all know the one. Oh. There's a lot of strength in accepting that you're on that side of the family. When you are, just admit it. Just be cool with it. Just go, yeah, yeah, that's all right. That's who I am. That's how I'm gonna be. I think it's gold. I think the story is gold. Pauly Shore is dead. You got to look that one up. Or it was a good movie. It was a good. I think it might have been made for HBO. I don't know. He was the Pauly Shore was the son of the owner of like the Laugh Factory or the Comedy Cellar or something like that. One of the it is the big stand up place in LA. Pauly Shore was the son of the owner, the woman that owned it. And so that's how he got connected to all these different people and had all these connections. I remember him on an episode of Married with Children where he worked at was it Al's boss, Crewman Bundy. He's calling him Crewman Bundy. Pauly Shore is dead. It was an interest. Todd Bridges. Todd Bridges was his cellmate. Todd Bridges being Willis, the brother on Different Strokes. Was it different? It was Different Strokes. I know a bunch of you out there know these shows that I'm talking about. Justine, peace and love, Justine. Uh, Todd Bridges, who was the brother who had all those legal issues. Dana Plato, didn't she OD or something? The sister there on Different Strokes. Oh, remember when life was simple and child stars were just falling apart after those 70s series? It was really bad. Whatever happened to JJ? Whatever happened to Dynamite? Whatever happened to JJ Walker? Uh, he was just he was funny. I'd see him on the Tonight Show and everything. Pfft, gone. What you talking about, Willis? Exactly, exactly. That was how it was. That was how it was. It was simple. It was simple times. It was simple, happy times. You just watched child stars' lives fall apart. You didn't watch them all the way through life and all that other stuff. No, they fell apart like they're supposed to. Your heroes are supposed to only last about your idols and stuff. If they only lasted 7 or 8 years, everybody could move on. Everybody could do better. But no, they keep going. Yeah, we're hearing about Britney. Britney should be so well. I mean, great music. Britney Spears. I didn't get into it till much later, but now that's just a fucking train wreck. And the whole story and the whole Britney thing is, oh look, Britney's a train wreck, and you shouldn't have that. They should all disappear within 8 years, 8 years or something. So everybody has a chance to cycle through, move on, keep us moving and growing as a society. If you ask me, and this is going to be controversial, Motley Crue shouldn't be allowed to play on stage. Motley Crue shouldn't be allowed to take up a fucking time slot on a thing. Motley Crue should be done. But nope. No, they let those motherfuckers just keep going. Because we're not talking about creme de la creme. They're not doing anything amazing. Motley Crue's not, oh, these are the best fucking musicians ever. No, it's nostalgia. It's nostalgia. When people talk about, why does today's music suck? The only way they're making money anymore is these big ass fucking tours, okay? And nostalgia sells. Nostalgia sells. All the fucking old people with, oh man, I remember I wanted to see Motley Crue back and now Motley Crue's coming through. And so you're watching Motley Crue, and I get that. I get that. But that's stage time that ought to be for somebody new. There should be a new act there. There should be somebody new. Cycle through these things. Vince Neil's not got no business being on stage. He's got no business. I don't need it. It's all sad. Mick Mars. When you're watching Mick Mars, you're thinking, someone let the old man please lay down. Let the old man fucking go. Is it there? the story, if any of you watched the VH1 behind the scenes of how Motley Crue got back together and how it was like, oh, we've got to save Mick Mars from death's door because he needs a hip, a spleen, like all sorts of fucking things Mick Mars is doing. He's just got issues. He's just got issues. Oh, I love those videos, Justine. I love those videos with the freaking feel good, Doctor Feel Good. He's just all the interpreted lyrics and it does sound just like it. That was the thing. I that VH1 they ended it and they all got up and they did a song and it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible and I thought why are you doing this? And there's so many but that's the thing. Younger generations are smaller and smaller than the ones above us. The baby boomers are just now getting up there, 78, the oldest ones, and they went to a lot of concerts, but a lot of those people are dead now. But you still have them playing, and they're gonna keep recycling. It's like how movie studios, do so many fucking remakes because they're just capitalizing on what people will throw money at. I think that's why you have this glut of all these nostalgia tours where all the money's going, and I think it holds new music back. I don't know. Maybe that's me. Maybe Motley Crue's just the most. I like Crue's music. Don't get me wrong. I listened to I grew up right. I mean I know I grew up with that crap, but uh, but I also know I could play everything Motley Crue's playing. I really I think I could sit down and give me a month and name a fucking Motley Crue song. I'm not even a drummer, but I'll be able to play it because they're not inventing the wheel. They're not. I'm not watching anything that's making me go wow. Too bad. They're awesome songs. I love simplicity. I'm a fucking hack with an instrument, and I love some of the stuff I put out, and some of it's one note. But that's who's on the stage instead of, hey, look at this new band. Hey, look at this new band. It it I think that needs to change in order for music for new music to not suck. Danny Stanton, hey, peace and love there in South Carolina. Peace and love over there. Hope you are doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's clicking on that click or dislike. I had a troll come through yesterday. It was interesting. They didn't stick around. They didn't stick around. They made a statement. They made a couple of statements, almost mild statements, and I didn't block them. I didn't throw them out, and they didn't stick around. It was neat. It was neat to watch. Uh, I didn't really respond. Allie did. Allie had something to say, which afterwards. And you'll have to watch it for yourself. I may put it out as a short. Her response, her statement, and it was the voice she went into. But I joked afterwards about, oh man, I watched you do that, and I realized as you did it, we're gonna be out in public, and you're gonna get me in a fight, aren't you? You're gonna not put up with somebody. You're gonna say something to them, and I'm gonna end up having to fight them. And it's like, there is no part of me that wants any part of that. That is just, I mean, I love her, so now I'm gonna have to get ready to start having beefs with people. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm hoping she's sleeping. She was listening, but I'm hoping she's sleeping right now. Oh man, I know, right? That's what I was talking about. My dad lived. He was staying in his summer home was in Asheville, North Carolina. So he got out of there, and he's back down in Naples, Florida. So he's on the right hand side, the southern part of that cone, going across there. Hey, I am a fan of Facts of Life. No, no, Blair. Early crush, Blair. It was just, don't even, don't even pull ball. Don't sling your sexist accusations around here. No, no. I would. I was. It was more child stars that fell apart, and I didn't want to head down any of those roads. And Tootie did go on to what was it? What was the name of the show? Living Single. Was that the name of it? Uh, had Queen Latifah in it, and Tootie. Can't remember Tootie's the actress that played her. Can't remember her name. The facts of life, the facts of life, and the world never seems to be living up to your dreams. No, no, I don't know it. I don't know it. Uh, it's yes, yes. Blair taught me through puberty. Well, there was uh, Ian's guitar sax, Fox shows in the '90s. Those were different. Those were different. Oh man, that guy called Clowns. Hey, do you be remember that guy called Clowny? Clowns or Clowny? Clowny, I think. Ta-da. We are trying to keep ourselves positive today. We're talking about how we don't have to worry about everything that's not in our purview. 150 years ago, we wouldn't know about all the bad things that are happening in the world. And so your brain's not meant to worry about everything in the world. Your brain's not meant to do it. Your brain needs some time to focus on your surroundings. Focus on your interactions with the people around you. Focus on your impact and the things you can have a part of. Try not to focus on the things that aren't right in your backyard, the things that aren't right there, so that you can have more of an impact, more of a positive impact, or thing along those lines, on the things that are in your purview, the things that are a part of your life. Worry, worry only harms you. Take action on the things you can, and by focusing on your surroundings and your life, and not allowing the world's issues to become every issue you have. Take a deep breath and and step away to allow yourself not to worry about it. We weren't meant to. We weren't 150 years ago. We weren't subjected to it. We had a better understanding of our position in our community, in our society. We all could focus on that. Focus on that today. Focus on the people, your neighbors. Focus on the people that you're gonna see, that you're actually gonna talk to. Try to take the abstract, because try to take all the other things, conflicts in the middle, in anywhere in the world. Try not to focus on those. Uh, Even though horrific, the people that need to focus on it are the ones whose job it is and the ones who are leaving. Don't allow yourself to worry and bring yourself down focusing on the storm. Understand and care about it. Try not to listen to every update. It's not coming to you. If it's not, if it is, I mean, fucking pay attention. Get the fuck out. I lived in Florida for 12 years. I moved because I fucking hate the hurricanes. But try not to think about it. Try to think about what you've got going on in your community, in your life, in your family. The people around you have a positive impact on that. Because worrying about other things is not putting your efforts, your best foot forward to the efforts of things you could be doing. Hey, pole vault, thank you for swinging in. Get that story written. Pole vault and Ron White. I don't know what to title it, but you know the story. You know the story. Make it happen. That is gold just waiting to make it to the silver screen. And I think you and that Ron White, that silver fox Ron White, you guys have so much charisma there for the big screen. We just need you guys in a good comedy action movie. Comedy action. That's really all I like to watch. Yes, it is. I mean, the people suck where I'm at. It's kind of beautiful. The weather's not. The weather's awesome. All this other stuff. It's the hills, the wildlife. I do enjoy. I do like that about where I'm at. But and that's why Michigan. When I looked at Michigan, I always try to look at land in a northern area. But I want to make sure that coverage is for upload and download for everything. I have to be able to have access. I have to be able to have internet, and that's my only concern when I look at affordable place because I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. I would just grow food, canned food, everything along those lines. I would be so simple, and write music. Moving north, moving north. That's well, I'm gonna be heading north. I'm gonna be heading north. I'm gonna be doing the Buffalo thing. Gonna make my way to Buffalo for a woman. That's what romantics do. It's what romantic. When you feel that romance, when you have that, you just that and it's almost like it's like the great writers and the muse and all the other things. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So yeah, I'm gonna be moving to Buffalo. It's what life demands of me. It's what my calling is. I can see that. It's all I can write music about anymore. It's one of those things. I grew up in Rockford, Illinois, 20 miles south of Wisconsin. I can handle snow country. I don't want to. I don't want to. But I know how to make a fire. I know how to be cozy in the winter. I know how to, and I can get through the seasonal affected disorder. Sad. I can get through that. Just you got to get. I'm cold natured. When there's snow here, I'm the guy that walks outside just in my robe and my coffee, just to get the sunlight on me so that I get that vitamin D. Uh, Ian, then you know where the fuck I'm talking about. That was where I was born and raised. When I was 11, we moved just to the county next to it, Belvedere, and stayed there. And then I joined the Navy to see the world, and they moved me 90 miles due east to Great Lakes, or 90 minutes, maybe a drive. It wasn't 90 miles. They right to Great Lakes Naval Academy, and and I didn't know. I thought I knew what bad winter was. I didn't know what lake winter was. I learned what lake winter was in North Chicago, living in North Chicago and those areas. So I've had some good times with the snow. I've had some good times with the snow. I moved to Florida then to hang there and all that. Oh, that I love. There was a place. The place we would go was in Milwaukee. They had slam dancing. They'd have punk night at this place called Confetti's up in Milwaukee, and a bunch of us would head up there. It was always a good time. No, she's Ellie's in New York. She's in New York. Gemma, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Hope everybody's having fun. Yeah, peace and love, peace and love. I had so much fun playing music. Mine was the late '80s. I didn't go in till the very late '80s. It was '88, I think, '88 or '89. It was on there, and that was out before the first Gulf War. I was out. Interesting stories. There was a I had a child. I found out I found out that I'd been accepted to U of I, University of Illinois. But I could not get any funding because of, even though I lived in a place that I was paying for. I was delivering appliances and all this full time. I'd left home at 16 because they still counted your family's income. I was unable to get any funding, and and everything fell through with that. And there was a bad time there, and I decided I've got to get the fuck out of Rockford. I'm gonna join the Navy. Well, on the way to the Navy recruiter, my girlfriend says, "Hey, we should stop at Planned Parenthood for a pregnancy test." Okay, and so I found out I was going to be a dad. I on a Friday found out I was going to be a dad and signed the papers to go into the military. On Sunday, I went to the MEP station, went through all the physical, went through all the different things for that, signed all those papers there. On Wednesday, got married, and on Friday, the following Friday, I was off at boot camp at Great Lakes. That was Hell Week. That was Hell Week. Wes was having a week. It was Hell Week. There are there are formative years that have honed my comedy and my sarcasm and my bitterness and my point of view about things. Those It was a busy week. It was a busy week. I could write an entire fucking movie just about that week. Well, the time coming up there. I'm doing great, Gemma. I'm doing great. I am feeling good. I am feeling good. How are you doing today, Gemma? Gemma's birthday is Friday, everybody. Gemma's got a birthday coming up this Friday, so everybody's got to be looking out for that. She's gonna party. She's gonna party. Oh, oh. She's an Elvis fan like I am. I always Gemma's one. Will Dick from the Art of Floundering podcast. He's an Elvis fan as well. And my brother, who was here this weekend, my brother got married at Graceland. He goes to Graceland for his anniversaries with his wife. That's where they vacation. Yes, yes, Elvis, big Elvis fan. That was my my first. I was a real big Elvis fan as a little kid. I got into Elvis when I was real young. The first album I had was Elvis Gold Records. The younger picture in the gold records. There's a bunch of gold records on the screen or on the sheet and everything. Had Hound Dog had a bunch of his early hits. Mom had the double album. I think it was a double album of Live at Madison Square Garden, and we would listen to that on the turntable. So I really got that voice was just there. Listening to that, I am still moved by the energy in that voice when I hear those recordings now, the live recordings. Uh, it's just he's delivering, even though the guy has kind of been through the ringer, right? He's been through the ringer. He's kind of let himself go. Things are going bad. He's seen better days, but man, he is delivering on those vocals. He is just those pipes were just there. Have to respect that. Have to respect that. That was fantastic. So I always enjoyed doing Elvis songs. I always enjoy one of the things I always karaoke. Suspicious Minds was one of the go-tos for karaoke, and Runaway Train. Runaway Train, never going back. Had to do Runaway Train, and and oh, why can't I think? Surrender, Cheap Trick. Rockford, Illinois. The only other thing, we had two things from Rockford, Illinois. One was Cheap Trick, and the other was it Ginger Lynn? Ginger Lynn grew up and started her early porn star, Ginger Lynn. She had gone to one of the high schools there in Rockford, uh, and uh, and we also had Cheap Trick. That was the local band that made it big. And so Surrender, that's another one that there's actually video of me and my brother doing several covers. There's a video of my brother, myself, doing Add It Up. I should play that. I should play that as a novelty. I should at least try to bring that up. My brother and a drummer doing Add It Up in the garage, and several others. Although we have several songs that are pretty good, and this actually could work out. This actually could work out. I am hoping all of us remember Ginger, don't we? We all do. There's a special spot in my heart for Miss Gingerland. Let me see where this is. Let's see if I can locate this. Here we go. And we're gonna see if this actually works. This is special footage day, everybody. Special footage day. Uh, I'm trying to decide between Surrender or Breed, Nirvana Breed. Always something there to remind me. I think I'm gonna go with Add It Up. I'm gonna go with Add It Up to start with, cause it's got the bass rolling. Now always something there to remind me. That'll be the one. Let me pause it. Let me do this. I'm gonna try to add this to the stream, everybody. It's bonus footage day. It's bonus footage day. I'm gonna share screen. We're gonna see how this goes. Always something there to remind me. Share tab audio as well. Share. That seems good. Let's see what this does. Let's see what this does. Now, that is me. That is me with the near shaved head with the purple base. I had shaved my head and my mohawk recently. Let's see how this sounds. Let me know if this is too loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like the quality's lousy coming across. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. I've done enough of that. That was my brother singing along with me and a drummer doing that in the garage. That was the garage band days. That was the garage band day. Uh, we played. My brother's a great guitar player, great vocalist. I love. That was 15 years ago. That was 15 years ago. That was I was 40. I was 40 there. There's some good versions of some other things up there, but my brother just fantastic. We would go out and play. We were writing songs too, and but he wouldn't play if anybody came to watch the practice. He couldn't play. If I went to open the garage door because it'd be a nice day and it's like let's let the air in, let's just do this, he'd be afraid. And I got I got 5 acres here. I mean, it would have to sound would have to travel so far to really bother anybody. He couldn't play. He just had too much stress. He had too many issues, and I realized, and I had just gotten done playing every week with at some gig with a 3-piece band where we were kicking ass, but it wasn't a band with my brother. My brother was fucking awesome. I was like, this is gonna be so cool, but he stage fright. And the thing was, when he was younger, when he was 17, when he was 18, he'd play. He was invincible. He fronted his own band. He was there was a club in Chicago that Nirvana played at. I think the one of the songs, the video for it is from the footage live at that place. And my brother sat in and covered bass for some band that opened for him and all that. My brother was at that show, and he was really into all that. He he just can't he can't face it. Something happened and everything changed. Something happened and he lost that ability, and he doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel like anybody would want to hear. And he's got some great music. He's got some really good music. He's got some stuff that I'm not. He's going through phases. He started off just he had everything about a grunge sound. All this other had fantastic stuff. Went to New York and cut a demo. My parents put a lot of money into him doing stuff, and but he did a lot of drugs. He blew money that he had. I went off. I couldn't get money for school. I went off, got married, joined the Navy, and did all that. A year. It was about a year into all that. My father sold the company that I'd worked for all my childhood, and each of my three siblings got a trust fund, a six-figure trust fund. They each had six figures to work with. I'd chosen my path, so I didn't have that. I didn't have that little cushion. He spent he spent he spent about 3 years doing a lot of drugs and really just kind of get experiencing the world. He had a conversion van that he and his buddies were driving around the U.S. With like a pound of weed. It was just one of those things. That's how he spent the time, and something happened along the way, and he no longer plays live. So that's the way. Ruthless Cannon, peace and love, peace and love. We are. It's coffee with Wes. Coffee with Wes. I'm focusing on things that make me happy. Positivity. Doing the positivity thing, the things that make me happy. Are you down there? Are you down there in the path of that thing? Oh man, my father's down there in the he's Naples, so he's south end of. It's expected to go north of there and everything, but still, thing's a monster, and that wind field's gonna be bad. I used to live down in Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. Oh man, I good luck, good luck. Do hope it goes well. Prepare for the worst. But those last after I left because of the hurricanes. I was there for 12 years. Charlie just the year Charlie came through wore me out, and that was like 2004. That was like 2004. You're gonna have some, but floods are the real issue. A lot of the stuff, if the water once the water gets in, so if you're out of an area where where the flooding is gonna, but if you're close enough for the floods, I know this thing's supposed to be just a monster. This thing's supposed to be a monster. That was Fort Myers Beach just got inundated. And I'm not talking about Ida or whatever that last one that just went through. The one Charlie and all that just laid everything up there real bad. Oh man. Oh, I I never evacuated, but there's times that I probably should have. I told everybody in the house to evacuate. I tried getting everybody out, but I don't know. 400. That is. Oh, that is not bad at all. Terabyte of mem. Sweet deal, Justine. Sweet deal. Oh, so that's is that tomorrow? That's hitting. I know my brother's down there with my father, the worthless brother, the one that I don't like. He's down there with my father, supposedly helping him out because dad is elderly now. But dad's not going to allow anybody to tell him what to do or anything. Yeah. Oh yeah. That nothing good. Nothing good. It's and we have so much going on. It's they're only getting worse. They're only getting worse. And aren't there two more like out in the Atlantic or something? Isn't it? Isn't aren't things getting bad? Uh that's it's been a little. I think it's following my dad though. My dad was in Asheville. My dad had gotten a summer home in Asheville, North Carolina, to not have to ride out these hurricanes down in Naples all year. And Asheville got knocked out. So now he's back down in Florida, and now he's got this going. So that can't be good. Yep. Uh, just have yourself prepared. Be yeah. There's tons of if you've lived there, you know the preparations that you got to make. I would have I at all times had 25-gallon water containers. I was on property that had well water. I had 10 acres in the Estero area, in between Fort Myers and Bonita Springs, South Lee County. And there were 10 acres surrounded by other neighborhoods, but the water, so I had the service where they were bringing the big 5-gallon containers for the cooler. I kept an extra 20 of those in a rotation just so that I would have water because we were without power for about 2 weeks after this one that came through and ripped up a bunch of big cypress trees and other things like that. Yeah, just can't. Dad's got issues. Dad's got issues. I'm uh I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm gonna get some video editing done. Uh, 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 that Allie is gonna be feeling better after getting a little more sleep. I'm really hoping she's gonna be doing better. The battery operated fans to push it through. Oh man, I remember having the little battery operated fans just sitting there when the power's out when these things were coming through, and oh, it sucked. I had two generators. I had to get because I was on well water, and I had a big aerator tank alongside of the house that was it was more than a 50-gallon. It was like a 100-gallon aerator tank, and I could fill up big jugs, water jugs, out of it when the house pump, because the house pump and the well pump both run at 220, and so I had to get a second generator just to run the 220 and make myself an extension that I could attach to my outdoor pumps for the well pump, because I got so tired. Because everybody come to my house. Everybody come to my house. Oh, this house is sturdy. It's been here forever. I was far enough back so I wasn't in a really terrible flood zone and everything along those lines. But everybody uses the toilet, and if the water's got to be running, then I'm filling the back of the tank with water tanks over and over. So I made sure I got two generators. One of them was just there to run those pumps, uh, and and knowing that I'd have to have weeks to be able to do that stuff, I was I kept a lot of gasoline. I kept a lot of gasoline and a lot of water and a lot of supplies on hand. And that last year, I didn't unboard. I would unboard a couple of the windows. I would take the shutters down from a couple of the windows. The front bay window, I left that damn thing boarded up. It got so tiring. I got so tired of taking the boards out, putting the boards back up in 3 days. Taking the boards out another week. Are you fucking kidding me? Putting the boards back up. I just left the boards and I swore I'm getting out of here. I am getting out of here. And and I got out of there. It was one of those. It was a little bit much. It was a little bit much. I hope things fare well for you. I hope everybody in that path. I hope it all goes well. I hope everybody out there finds that thing to make them feel good. That thing to give them the happiness today. If you're doing anything, do something to make someone smile. Do something to give someone a laugh, give someone some encouragement, do something positive for the people around you. Make it a part of your day, make it a part of what you are to other people. You will feel good about yourself for doing it. And you can sleep easier at night with those positives that you're doing to other people. Have a great. I'm gonna bail on this, and I'm gonna have myself some food, and I'm gonna get started with this day. Peace and love, everybody. I will be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. for Coffee with Wes. I may do something later. I have no idea. I don't plan these things, but I will be here for Coffee with Wes tomorrow at 10 a.m. Please make sure that you have clicked on that like and come back afterwards. Hit the refresh afterwards and just leave a comment. Say, hey, and then a thumb or a coffee. I like thumbs. Thumbs when used properly can be okay. That's another piece of wisdom for today. Everybody, peace and love. Be smooth.